Welcome to our very first screencast about scholarship, how to apply for specific scholarship. Today we'll talk about UDB scholarship program in Brunei. So if you are looking for scholarship to study in Brunei, I would say this is one of the best opportunity for you. Before dig into the scholarship, let's check something about the university ranking. This is really important to know. If I look into in Google, I found that University of Brunei Darussalam is number one university in their country, and in world ranking it is in 2.8k somewhere. So I would say this is not too fancy, but believe me, this is one of the best opportunity in Brunei. Very specifically, this scholarship is for masters, PhD and postgrad students. So if you are looking for masters or PhD scholarship, I would say this you can consider. So what is your benefit if you apply for this scholarship and you will be awarded? First of all, you will get some tuition waiver, and in some cases you may get acceptance fee waiver as well. So secondly, the most important things, in monthly basis you will get 500 BND for 36 months. How much actually you are getting in per month? So I was considering in USD, I realized that you will get around somewhere 380 USD per month apart from university tuition fee. So it's a good handsome amount for a student, surely. And you will get 36-month free accommodation in campus. So it'd be great for you. You don't have to think for the living expenses as well. The most important things, you will get a round trip economy air tickets during flying to Brunei and after finishing your degree to come back to your country. This is most important things, I would say. And of course, in some special cases, like those are from arts and humanities or science candidate, they will get like field research allowance. It depends on their area again, but you will get in between 1000 to 2000 BND. So what you need to be get eligible for this scholarship? If you are intended for master degree, definitely you need to have a first class bachelor degree. But in some cases, maybe your degree or your CGPA is not that good, but you have some good academic writing. For example, you have published one or two academic articles already. In that case, you can communicate with them. Sometimes it normally considered as a higher education pathway for you. However, if you are looking for PhD program, then surely you need to have a master degree and a very good research proposal. This scholarship is mainly covering in almost every area, I would say. So I was checking the list and I noticed that almost it's covering each and every single part of the education system. But again, you need to choose manually whether your subject is matching with the university or not. In some cases, maybe it's offering each and every single part of the subject, but in some cases, maybe you are interested for learning something about digital security. But unfortunately, if this university doesn't offer this subject, it means this scholarship is invalid for you, for your subject. If you feel that you fulfill all the requirements and you are good to go, let's jump into the next section. This is the official website for applying scholarship. I will show you. This is the very specific one. If you want to apply for graduate degree, just click on that, and the deadline for this one is 31st July. Once you are here, so you have to consider a few of the important notes that they mention that. I would guide to you how to apply one by one. So since you are applying for postgraduate, you need to choose your first choice. What is actually first choice and second choice? Please consider two things. Okay, let's choose our first choice. First one, maybe I would go for education. Second one, if I don't fit for education, then what would be my second choice? Maybe arts. Then if you are previously applied for UDB, then choose the year, otherwise skip it. And of course, you are applying for session January 2020 intake. And is that full-time or part-time? I would say no, it's full-time. Then choose your title. Of course, for me, Mr. Gender and nationality Germany, then maybe citizen. Then please consider here, you need to upload a passport size photo, but photo size not more than 10 megabyte. It's only allowed JPEG format. Please consider that. Then this is not required for you, but if you are Brunei citizen, then you need to choose your citizen card number. Then race, it depends on your race, just put it. Then gender is male. Next one is religion, I'm a Muslim. Marital status, married. Then date of birth, you can choose whatever is suitable for you. Country of origin, country of birth, country of residence, passport number, place of issue, country of issues, date of issued. Although it's not required, but please consider this is really important for international students, so you need to check your passport to verify the date. Country of issue. Again, expired date is also important to understand. The next section is for contact details. You need to provide a permanent address where you live, then provide the postcode, then country. Now, if you have the same address for mailing address, you just check on it, otherwise you just do again the whole thing. I would say I just put it same as a permanent address, so you would see that it's already copied here. Then phone number. Mobile number is really important. You need to mention it, and it's also required. And most important things is email. I still believe it. If anything happened, bad or good, they will communicate with you through email. So this is really important for you to put the valid email address. It's optional. Skype ID, if you want to put it, that should be fine. Then emergency contact. Emergency contact basically mean that you need to provide an emergency person number. In case of anything, if they want to contact with your family person or anyone that's concerned about you, you just provide the address. Give the phone number. This is also important. They normally consider. And the rest of the things is not important, but if you want, you can put it there. The next of kin is really important, so you need to mention who would be living with you during your study. Maybe your wife or your blood connection people like your parents or your children, or maybe your parents of law can be living with you. You need to mention. Now the nationality, is she Brunei or no? Then no, only you need to provide. I would say it's not mandatory to provide the passport information, but I would say it's good to provide. And the mobile number. The application details. Until now, we fill out all the basic information. Now application details you need to provide. Research and publication. So I need to provide the research and publication. Since you have done your master's, so it's considering you have already published some of the articles or any book, review or journal, whatever. You need to provide it here at year 2020, title of publication, now publication. Normally you need to provide the volume for example 21, and edition, or I would say page for like that, volume 21, number 1, and page is page 123. If you have a more publication, it's considering you have a high possibility to get the scholarship, because in the academic world the published article and where do you publish, this is really important, and they consider it's like a top rank position. Proposed field of study. Now since you are applying for master or PhD, if you are applying for research, so you need to provide a proposal. So what's the proposal? Name this, and then you need to upload the proposal. So it would be, then they mention something about the length of the proposal. For masters they expect minimum 1000 word the proposal size, and for PhD you need to provide minimum 1500 words. So once you've done, just upload your research proposal here. So it's not required, but for master or PhD, especially for research oriented area, you must provide, otherwise they won't consider your application. Employment details. Are you currently employed? If you have employment, yes, otherwise no. For my cases, work experience. If you have any kind of work experience, I would say you must provide this, because this would be another criteria for consideration. Name of the employee and address, right information. Have you previously studied in UBD? No. Funding details. Are you applying for scholarship? This is really important. I'm applying for this university right now, but of course I'm surely interested for the scholarship. Once you choose this, then you need to provide the name of the scholarship schema. So for our cases, it should be like UBD scholarship program. Have you been awarded scholarship? No. If yes, no. Okay, this is not applicable for me. UBD scholarship for PhD. The next section, this is for PhD candidate only. So, are you applied for UBD scholarship? Yes. The next section, where did you know about the UBD scholarship? So I would request you to provide our scholarship portal name. It's nothing for us. It's really appreciable if you do this. Have you been awarded with this scholarship or other scholarship in the past? No, of course. Candidates are required to submit original essay. Now the next thing is candidates are required to submit an original essay, and that's not more than 1000. The subject of this essay is why do you deserve to be selected for the UBD scholarship. And second part is also most important, what you intended to do, give back to Brunei Darussalam after you have completed your subject, your study in UBD. Here writing about essay is a little bit tricky, because you need to choose the wording very carefully, and you need to provide a valuable information that why you think that you are the best candidate for give the scholarship. This is the first one. The second condition, you need to provide that what you can do after finishing your degree for Brunei Darussalam. This is really important, I would say. This considering a few things: your thinking capability, how do you think, how do you present yourself, why do you think you have some positive energy to get the scholarship. And the next things is you need to consider about how can you serve the Brunei Darussalam after finishing your study. So this all you need to write in very tactic way. And secondly, this is another way to judge you how good you are in English. Alright, so you need to provide all the information here. So next things is school or institute attended from the tertiary onwards. So your last certificate, you need to provide it here. So maybe if you are applying for PhD, so your last degree would be master's. If you are applying for master's, your last degree would be undergrad. So country, maybe I would say Malaysia, and from, to, and this important, highest qualified earned, maybe 3.2. Then the next things, you need to provide the English proficiency qualification. It's not required right now, but I would say it's really important to provide. The next things is referees. So referees is really important. You need to provide the reference two of person. So I would say it's really good if you can provide the reference from your university teacher, from last university. For example, you can get reference from your supervisor and maybe head of the department, or even if you know any person in UDB, you get a reference letter from them and just provide their name. Jane Docs ABC, address, the position, phone number is important, you need to provide that. The same way, you need to go for reference 2. This is good enough to provide the information only for the referees, 2 person. But what I suggest, so if you get a letter from them with their letterhead, I would say this is a really good chance for you to know that at least you are very sincere. Medical special needs, no. Now files upload. So files upload is really important. Previously you mentioned something, for example, you mentioned you have master's, right? So you need to provide the master's degree, certificate and transcript. So you need to go there at, for each file, certificate, master's, then choose your file. The same way you need to go for next one. So once you have done, then I agree the terms, then you need to provide GMRP2. That is important. This is capture, then submit, or if you want you can save it, then you can process it later. So once you submit or save, you will get what? A code, right? This code is something like a temporary password for you. If you go to the UDB admission, you can see, you can just provide your email address that you mentioned it in your previous, during the application, in your personal details, you mentioned something about the email, right? For example, this is real. Why I said this is really important? Because this is really important for further reference. So what you need to do, you just provide your given email address and the actually application code that you found after submission. Once you have an email address and application code, now provide a captcha and process. Once you proceed, you will see the status of your application, either is pending or processing or succeed or rejected, whatever. It's kind of like student portal. You will go there and see whatever you need. Hope this video will help you to lot for process your application. Still, if you have any kind of query or questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. I will try to answer as much as possible to mitigate your issues. Thank you.